Here's all the cool things I did in Singapore. Upon landing in Singapore, it's kind of a must to see the jewel. And I'm gonna be honest, you know that trend which shows Instagram versus reality of tourist places? Seeing the jewel in person is better than what I've seen online. You can feel the sheer scale and size of the architecture. The integration of the vegetation is super immersive, and the fact that there are many ways you can view it makes it feel like it's a new experience every time you look at it. Absolutely beautiful and stunning, and a great way to start off your journey in Singapore. The next day we went to Fort Canning. This place is a large historical site that has parks, historical structures, and a heritage gallery, which was like a museum. But the experience I really enjoyed was the gallery, which had information about Singapore's rich history. It also had fun activities and immersive experiences. It's also a great way to get out of the heat after walking around Fort Canning, and I highly recommend going, especially if you want a brief summary about Singapore's history. You also can't go to Singapore without going to Gardens by the Bay. There's honestly a lot to see in this area other than the super tree grove, but the clear eye catcher here is how well Singapore integrates flora into their architecture and technology to really make beautiful experiences. Nevertheless, it was a surreal experience and honestly makes me question what we'd be doing with our cities in the West under the lens of making our cities beautiful. Because honestly, I try to limit my time in Toronto. It's not really a place I'd like to stay, but here I could watch these trees for hours. Afterwards, we walked toward the Marina Bay Sands. But as we got closer, you can really feel the scale of this building over your head. It's absolutely insane. It almost looks impossible and doesn't feel real. There is also a really cool looking shopping mall underneath with amazing food and luxury brands. It isn't a really large shopping mall, but it does feel huge. I think it's because of the way they utilize glass walls and roofing with minimal support beams to maximize the space, but also the way it's designed feels like there's a new layer to uncover every turn you take. We also went to Universal Studios. I didn't film much here because they were quite strict about what people carried onto rides. This theme park is much smaller than other Universal Studios, and it's very possible to do all the main activities within a day. However, it can get very busy, so it's best to go with low season. Another iconic destination is the Merlion Fountain, which is a statue that symbolizes the country's development into the modern day beauty it is today. It was definitely fun to see and take photos. You also get a lovely view of the Marina Bay Sands, and just past the Merlion, you can also get a nice view of both the business district and the Marina Bay Sands. Last but not least, in the airport, we ended up finding this crazy looking slide and playground. I was absolutely surprised of not only its presence, but also the fact that no one else was here. It was terribly unfortunate that we were literally about to board in like 5 minutes, but I had to at least try the slide. That was everything I did in Singapore, mostly. And here is my takeaway. Make beautiful cities. I truly believe that beautiful cities like Singapore really help people get out and interact with the world around them. That might look like more socialization. That might look like people getting more exercise and cardio in. That might look like simply just getting people to touch grass. But that's it for this adventure. It's time to head back to the Philippines. Subscribe and follow to stay tuned for more travel videos.